So I want you guys to check this out, and then we gonna get into the explanation of it, because guess what? She's back.
I ask of you this, that you will continue to fight for the promise of America. And I ask you to remember the context in which you exist. Yeah, I did that.
What does that even mean? Does anybody even know what that means? What does that even mean? Remember the context in which you exist? What is that? Is that some more commie socialist rhetoric? What is that? And this is the same person that's talking like she's going to try to run for president in 2028. And I heard her saying something about possibly running for governor of California. This particular news article said, "We dodged a bullet." Another brain dead comment from Kamala Harris on her humiliating defeat. Kamala Harris on Tuesday delivered a speech to Prince George's County, Maryland students about her humiliating election loss. Harris appeared alongside of Maryland Governor Wes Moore as she addressed the students. Kamala Harris has largely stayed out of the public amid speculation about her future in politics after Trump crushed her in the 2024 presidential election. On Tuesday, Harris proved once again that we dodged a bullet. In the face of an obstacle, do we throw up our hands or do we roll up our sleeves? Harris said in her first extensive speech since losing the election. And as we approach, Harris said, cackling. This is just sad. This is really sad.
The true test of our commitment is whether, in the face of an obstacle, do we throw up our hands or do we roll up our sleeves?
Did you hear everybody say, like she said something deep?
And as we approach,
what in the... Then she dropped this gem. I ask you to remember the context in which you exist. Yeah, I did that.
And I ask you to remember the context in which you exist. Yeah, I did that.
I don't feel like you standing on business, nigga.
Like, what did that? What does anybody have a clue what that meant? Does anybody? I would love to know. Does anybody have a single solitary clue what that meant? Late last month, Harris sounded drunk in her first video message to supporters since her concession speech after losing the 2024 election to Trump. Harris's bizarre message to supporters reminded us why she burned through more than $1.5 billion in 100 days and lost in a devastating landslide to President Trump. The outcome of this election, obviously, is not what we wanted. It is not what we worked so hard for. But I am proud of the race we ran, and your role in this was critical. What we did in 107 days was unprecedented, Harris said. I know that this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that. It's really convenient that you happen to just say that you were clear-eyed in a moment where you seem to be inebriated. I know you're clear-eyed about it, and it feels heavy. And I just want to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. Yeah, we know that's why y'all lost the election. And you have the same purpose that you did. You have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstances take your power from you, Harris said. Now, for those of you, if you happen to want to do a Kamala Harris impersonation to make your friends laugh or as a party trick, all you have to do is talk through your nose as if your nose is stopped up and speak like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And try to keep in mind that you're one of those school teachers. Do you remember the school teachers that were black, that thought they were cute and were uppity? You have to talk like that, okay? And try to remember that you're a part of a sisterhood. You're part of a sorority. You feel me? That's all you gotta do. Try to talk like try to talk like Whitley Gilbert from A Different World, but without the Southern accent. You feel me? Without the Southern accent, Whitney Gilbert, without the Southern accent, you're a school teacher whose students don't respect her, and you come to work and you probably got a bottle of vodka in the bottom drawer of your desk. And whenever the kids leave to go to lunch or whatever, you take a few swigs of it. And then they come back and you're a little more laid back than you were at the beginning because in the morning you were drinking the coffee. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. I need you to take your books out. We're going to do the Ricky, I already told you. No. You could have went to the bathroom before class. Now stop disrupting the class. That's all you gotta do, bro. Let's check her out. Let's check her out real quick. Now this is the teacher after you come back from lunch when she's taking her a couple of, you know what I'm saying? She's taking her a couple of swigs.
I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
We just need you to go away. Because at this point, her political career is donezo. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And thinking that you're going to make a run for governor of California, I don't think that's going to work out too well for you. And the reason why is because if they're sick of Gavin Newsom, you know they sick of you. You know they sick of him. You feel me? So, look, I don't know what to tell you. And you're definitely not going to, you don't have another presidential run in you. And the main reason you don't have another presidential run is because you raised a historic amount of money for your campaign, which is awesome. That part is awesome. The part where you messed up is you ran through it in 100 days. You feel me? And you went 20 million in debt only to lose in a spectacular fashion. And you had everything on your side. You had the media on your side. You had 1.5 billion. You had one and a half. Look, you had $1.5 billion. You had celebrities on your side. You had the mainstream media on your side. So much so that you even got 60 Minutes editing footage to make you look better. And you still lost. You still lost. You don't have the ability to win in 2028. You don't. Because part of the only reason that you got any of the hype that you got is because everybody was so sick of Biden. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Because let's be real. Next go round, you're going to have to do a primary. And I don't see the Democrats picking you as the Democratic candidate, because whoever they pick, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be going up against J.D. Vance. So they better have somebody sharp. They better have somebody on point. Okay, coming off of a Trump presidential administration, they better have somebody good. And that ain't you, sister. I'm sorry. That ain't you. You are now in the you are now in the annals of history with Michael Dukakis. That's where you're at. Dukakis, Al Gore, every VP that tried to do a presidential run and got crushed. That's where you're at. So it's not gonna work out for you, man. It's not gonna work out for you. You might as well pack it up, go home and make some pancakes or whatever it was you said you made for your nieces. Go away. Because you're not winning in 2028. That's not gonna happen because the Democrats ain't even gonna pick you. And you know what the good thing is? This is what the good thing is. This is the good thing that came out of this, right? The good thing that came out of this is I guarantee you, in the future, you will never see another Democratic candidate for president bring out a strag to twerk on stage. I guarantee you that'll never happen again. That will never happen again. You're never going to see that again.